We got Miss Shonda Martin in the building.
Hi.
I know this. Did you struggle with credit at that time?
Yes, that was the first time in my life where I realized that credit was a big deal.
And then what was your first monetized credit repair, coaching maybe?
That product eventually allowed me to quit my job, and I was scared when I quit my job, but I just was like, it works.
You said you had 10,000 clients sign up in one day. Can you put that numbers wise? How'd that feel? You can talk about that?
It was 7 figures.
Oh, man. Have you ever replicated that?
Not the 10,000.
Not the 10,000. My daughter's book, Melody's First Credit Card.
Yes, I love this, by the way. Like
about.
this is awesome.
What's the next journey for Miss Shonda Martin? Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Econ Bulldog, where we talk credit, personal growth, and passive income. I'm not a financial expert or financial guru. I'm just here trying to give you guys the sauce, and I got a special treat for you guys. You've probably seen her before. I know I'm a little starstruck, I'm not gonna lie. We got Miss Shonda Martin in the building.
Hi.
I know this video is gonna do really well because you are a genuine person. I heard you speak yesterday. Definitely hit some keynotes on my end regarding attention versus influences, and I think a lot of people can get caught up with the attention and not the influence. So thank you, Shonda, for your time.
No, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited.
Appreciate you. So tell me, Shonda, where'd you grow up at?
I actually grew up in St. Louis, Missouri. So I was born and raised in St. Louis, Missouri. Around college age, 18, I moved to I moved to Virginia. Was there for about 7 years or so. Ended up graduating from Hampton University.
Nice.
And
what's their mascot?
Business administration. I don't use my degree. It was a very expensive piece of art, is what I like to refer to it as. But after Virginia, I've been in Dallas ever since. So.
Nice. How's that? You live in Dallas?
I love Dallas. Way more than I actually thought I would. So, like, Dallas is everything.
Big dynamic from Virginia to Dallas?
Like night and day.
Wow.
Night and day.
Okay.
I've been loving Texas so far. I haven't gotten tired of it. Although, in Cali, the weather, I'm a little jealous.
Oh, Cali weather be different.
It's insane. So, but for right now, I love Dallas. I love the real estate market there. I love my home that I designed. So, it's like sometimes I feel like I'm more connected to my home as opposed to Dallas.
Gotcha.
So
I love that. So, did some college. What was your first job in business administration?
In business administration?
Sorry. What was your first job after college?
So while I was after college, it was I did military insurance.
Okay.
So Virginia, there's a large military presence there.
Yes.
And so I worked at a company that processed their claims and did all of that fun stuff. Actually, I thought that was going to end up being like my career. Like I was I actually was planning on moving up the ladder, and I really thought that was like it, because at the time it was a really good job. Like it was a government job, like the benefits. Yeah. And I was just like, maybe this is it, but I started Road to 750 while I was there.
Road to 750, we're going to talk about that. That's heavy.
Yes.
So, would you say it was corporate job?
Yeah, it was, yep.
Okay, and then did you struggle with credit at that time?
Yes.
So you talk about that.
I was still going to school at the time, and I had the job. And that was the first time in my life where I realized that credit was a big deal. In my household, we never talked about credit. And the things that were mentioned about credit were things like, hey, never get a credit card, don't do this, don't do that. And I was never taught what to do. So by the time I realized that my credit was horrible, like in the 400s, I was in college and needing a car. In college and working also, but I needed a car. I will never forget it. I went to a car lot, and the lady ran my credit, and I was rejected. But she told me this one thing, and it's always stuck with me. She was like, she told me I had like a 400 and I did not qualify. And she said one thing, and she said, because I asked her, I said, well, what score am I supposed to have? And she was like, well, I'll just tell you, as long as you have a 750, you can pretty much get anything.
Okay, so
their birth road to 750,
got it.
And so I just became obsessed with, what does it take to get to a 750? Like, if I have a 400 right now, I need about 300 plus points. How do I get from where I am to 750? And that's how Road to 750 started.
And I know you mentioned something powerful, is like I think since the beginning, you already had a good influence because you not recruited, but like you referred 10 people into your group.
Yes.
10 of your coworkers.
Yes.
Was like, hey, come check it out.
Yeah.
And then on that time, were you still trying to figure out your credit, or by that time you already had it figured out?
No, that's the funny thing. I was actively still figuring it out. Like, in fact, the start of my group, and it's even still, I love that I have these memories because I was on the journey alongside other people.
Wow.
So it would sort of be like, hey, I did this one thing, it worked for me.
Nice.
Maybe I got this collection removed or whatever, this late payment removed, and I would literally just be in real time passing them notes or letters that I had sent.
I love that.
So we sort of like, they saw my credit go from 400 to what it is now.
So I think the beautiful part is that, you know, people are scared to start something
Yes.
because they want to think picture perfect.
Yeah.
And what you did was like, hey, I'm gonna start with you guys. We're out here. I'm not ahead, but I want to get there. So kind of like being genuine, and I think that's really, really powerful in this space.
Yeah, like sometimes I think back to that time, I did not know it was a business. You know, like I literally was just like, it was fun, it was exciting to me. I had something that I, like when I'm curious, I have the type of curiosity where I want to explore it. Like it doesn't, like if I'm ignorant in something, that does not scare me. Like that excites me because I'm like, I love learning about something. And when I think about it now, I'm like, man, I wasn't doing any of that in the beginning with a career in mind, or you know what I'm saying? So I feel like it did take so much pressure off of me really having to overthink anything. And I didn't feel like I was a teacher or anything at that point because I was, again, had bad credit. So I'm going alongside of them. So it sort of made it easier because I do understand what you're saying about how so many people feel like they just need to have it all figured out, have it all right, in which I tell people like, no, like just go on a journey.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
And when did you see, because at first when you did the community, there was no monetizing.
No.
It was just kind of like, hey, I'm giving you guys these gems. I'm taking action. Just do it because it worked for me.
Yes.
When did the light bulb come on when you're like, hey, Shonda, can you give a master class? Or hey, can you teach me? Or what did that spark anything? Or you know what I mean?
Yeah, no. So by the time the group reached 100K, which was like within the first year, I didn't feel like I was at the place then to teach. Yeah, because people would ask like, hey, can you teach? So what I started doing though was going live. And
Facebook Live.
Yep. It was literally no agenda, like no webinar. It literally was just like, hey, I'm going live for about an hour or so. Come and ask me questions.
Nice.
And that started really, I guess my teaching, it kind of pulled out the teaching in me because it just naturally happens when people are asking you questions. But that's how I built the Facebook group up until about 500K by simply just going live. I had no products on sale. I actually wasn't monetizing at all at that point. I didn't start monetizing. I didn't start monetizing or looking at this as a career until maybe 2 to 3 years in the Facebook group.
Okay.
So although people were like offering and wanting me to do their credit, I think I was just in my own head like, you know, I don't know yet.
I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what was your first like monetized credit repair, coaching maybe?
No, it actually was letters, digital downloads.
Nice.
So
okay. I love that.
The 6-step challenge
here.
System. Yep.
And then here's your letters. Okay.
It was like $5.99.
Ooh, $5.99.
Yeah,
You hit them.
Yeah, like I was like, yeah, just, and it was like 27 letters for $5.99 is crazy, but
wow.
Yeah, like that's where it started, and I was able to quit my job actually off of off a $6 product.
Wow. Oh,
yeah.
$6. I thought it was $599.
No, $5.
$5.
And 99. Yeah.
Less than a Starbucks a month. You're getting.
Yeah,
nice.
It was just a one-time fee. They got the packet, and that's when I was like, oh, this is something, because I started seeing so many people like it worked. You know, they were in the group. Hey, I sent this letter and it worked. So that sort of gave me, it just like affirmed everything that I thought I knew when I was fixing my credit. Seeing other people get the same results was like, oh, so this can be something, you know? So that's where I started, $5.99.
The special takeaway from all that is like, you build a community, build that, like, hey, I'm, like, believe what I'm saying because it works kind of thing without saying all that.
Yeah.
And then they're trusting you like, okay, $5.99, like, it can't hurt. What if it don't work?
Yeah, literally.
You know? And definitely like, that allowed you to quit.
Yeah, that product eventually allowed me to quit my job. And I was scared when I quit my job, but I just was like, it works. Like at that point, I was confident in the research that I was doing, the information that I was putting out. I would just stay up all night and just read all the FCRA laws, like all of the laws. And I would find, different, like, I call them loopholes, but they really weren't. But it was just like, here's the law, and this is where they could possibly be infringing on your personal rights, right? So challenge it this way. And it was working. And yeah.
What I love about credit, I think, is like, we can try different things.
Yes.
When one thing doesn't work, but we can do one thing for 10 people, and it might only work for 3 of them.
Very true.
And then the other 7, we'll try a different letter for those 7, and then it might work for another 3 people, right? And I think that's where a lot of people get the misconception where, like, well, you're the guru or this and that, and I hate that word, by the way, but like, look, everybody's credit is different. Yeah. Everybody's credit is different, but if you trust the process, give us some time, but we can also help you, add positive accounts.
Right.
The education part.
That I'm glad you mentioned that, because I remember early on, I remember realizing that, and because just a little background, I had no any formal training, or I hadn't seen anyone doing credit repair. So back then, I literally had no reference, which I look back and I'm very thankful for, because I'm glad I didn't just follow a blueprint, because I don't believe that I'll be where I am today had I did that. But because I had no reference, my mind was open to so many different possibilities in the sense of like, okay, if this did not work for these people, but it worked for these people, that would incline me to study what are the differences between their report. Like, what is the differences? So I really sort of like started to dig into the crevices of the FICO score, our credit reports, dissecting credit reports. And I started designing all of my letters like that, until the point where it was, you never get a uniformed response, of course, but the odds were a lot less. Like,
gotcha.
The deletions were coming, and it was just like, and if they stopped working, I literally would, let me just study more about what's the differences, So, yeah.
What and then, like you said, the aha moment was like, hey, these letters made you quit your job, and I heard you speaking yesterday. Congrats on your success.
Thank you.
You said you had 10,000 clients sign up in one day.
Yeah, I finally, after 7 years, I believe, in this space, I finally started my own membership group, which my audience have been asking me for years prior to that. But I got a lot of pitches from different companies, telling me that they were going to design my community, and a lot of them, some of them kind of got halfway through the process, but it just wasn't what I had in mind, and I just was not willing to bend on those things, on certain things. But finally, I was able to build that community with like the backing of Smart Credit, like using their credit reports to refresh monthly and all of that. And when I started my community in 2022, the first day it was 10,000 signups. And so we ended up breaking the record for Smart Credit, most signups in one day ever in the history of the company, which still shocks me.
That's amazing.
But yeah,
I got a lot of work to do. So 10,000 signups, and I know everyone's talking about, hey, making 100K in a day or making 50K in a day. Can you put that numbers wise? How'd that feel? You can talk about that a little bit. You don't gotta throw the number, but just kind of, hey, just ballpark, higher, lower.
It was 7 figures.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was a good day. It was a good month, but it was surprising. Like, I honestly, in my mind, I told Rika before we launched, because we were kind of like ballparking, hey, what do you think? And I was like, if I get 500, I am good. Like, and I was talking about the entire month. Like, in my mind, because at that point I had gotten kicked out of Facebook, so there was like a disconnect between my audience and me, and I just didn't have high expectations. I knew I would have to like build it. I thought I would have to build my community from the ground up again. And I was willing to do that, and I was just like, I had a couple thousand followers on my personal Instagram page, but it certainly was not the Facebook group, which was my bread and butter. But they still came over, they supported, and man, like that 10,000 in 24 hours. So it was crazy.
Have you ever replicated that?
Not the 10,000. I did another. I struggle to call it like a relaunch, because it was not a relaunch, but I did another like promotion, I'll say.
Got it.
Last year, and it was 5,000, I believe.
Wow. Still. Amazing.
Yeah, it was 5,000 in one day. The full month, I don't remember like the full month, but it was like the 5 in one day.
I did want to come on publicly, guys, and say I'm sorry because I was in her Facebook group. I think we talked about it before, but I want to share with you guys because I didn't know. So I started my YouTube channel in the beginning, and I would record myself doing these videos, live calls, and blah blah blah. And then I noticed every time I would help someone in her community, like they had a question, and I'm just giving the answer, like, look, just do this on some real, I would get more subs.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shoot, you know? So I kind of got like addicted to it.
Okay.
So then I did the mistake, and I say I apologize, right? Because I would respond, and I wasn't sharing no links. But then I'm like, dude, it's me responding to everybody. Kind of took a lot of my time. So all I did was share the link and kind of said, do this. There's YouTube. I shared my YouTube link. I think How to Remove Inquiries or whatever. And I was like, hey, just follow this. It's super easy. And then everybody was like, oh yeah, whatever. But honestly, and I even tell people now, if you're in someone another's group, yeah, definitely join, give value, but never solicit your business. And I wasn't soliciting directly, but I guess indirectly I was.
The mods probably, they used to be on
but that's
it.
good. That's good. I'm glad. I'm glad
Yeah.
I got kicked out because it made me more like resilient. Like, hey, I'm gonna show her. No, but
That's so funny because until you told me that, I think a few months back or whatever,
Yeah.
I had no idea. But I have gotten a lot of those DMs or maybe met somebody in person. They're like, "You kicked me out of the Facebook group." I'm like, I actually have. I've never blocked anyone from the group ever. It's always like literally it's the mod. Yeah.
Well, that's
I'm
good.
like,
They're
"Nah,
a good team.
Yeah, they are. I
Definitely.
love them. I love them. But yeah, they didn't play the self promotion. And also, we did have an issue on Facebook specifically with a lot of like scammers. So that's really what the no solicitation was birthed out of, because there were a lot of people
in there and they were selling their product.
Yeah, and literally scamming people.
Like collect the money, hey.
Yep, and so I was
yeah.
like, you know what? I can't be associated with that. Like, just know, because I can't vet anyone out.
Of course.
Yeah, but no, that's dope, because then is that where your company sort of?
Oh yeah, so
exploded?
So with me was like I was just trying. I would do the stuff on you, like do the stuff live on Zoom, record it for like the proof of like, hey, look, I'm doing it with you guys, and then kind of post it on YouTube, and then that kind of trickled up. But it took 2 years for me to get 7,000 subs.
Okay.
And then it took me like a month to get 80,000.
Ain't it crazy how it works?
Because of the short. So definitely, and I know you've been dialed in on your YouTube. How long has that journey
No,
been?
actually I have. So YouTube is. I need to do way better at YouTube, because honestly, YouTube pays really well.
They do.
It's the editing, it's the post-production process for me. Like, I'm such a live person. Like, I want to just go live and that's it. When it comes to like pre-recorded videos and stuff like that, I'm not good with. Like, I just prefer to go live because it's how I started and it's just natural, and I don't really put much thought into it. But when it comes to pre-recorded videos, I feel like I overanalyze. I sit there and I'm like, maybe I should mention this, and then it just takes forever. So I have to get better with that. Actually, that's my goal for this year, to get more consistent on YouTube.
And guys, I want to put this out there. This video will get her over 100K. She's already there, almost there. I'm just letting you. But this video will get her over there. Just make sure to follow her.
Because I do want my play button.
Make sure to follow her.
Yeah.
Shonda Martin?
Yes, Shonda Martin on YouTube. Yep.
Make sure we follow her. One more key thing I wanted to talk about. On your journey in general, was there one video? I can think of one personally because I've learned a lot from her. And I'll talk about one of the key things that she woke me up on.
Please.
Was there one video or one podcast that you went up that literally changed the trajectory of your business? I'm thinking the one on EYL. I'm thinking.
I think that's the first one. That's the one that people recognize me from the most, and maybe I wasn't aware of
the how much.
Because I've actually never sat and watched the video after.
Oh, got you.
You know,
I'm like those.
Yeah.
I don't be watching my own stuff.
Yeah, me neither. So but when I'm in public, I notice that most people will say like, EYL.
Okay. Because it has the most views. I mean,
it does. I don't even know how many. I'm sure it does well because their channel does well anyway. But when
I watched it, I think it was like 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Like I think it was at 500K.
Really? Okay. See, I had no idea. But and so InvestFest too. Like anything I honestly do with EYL always
EYL's
sort of gets a great response.
And you like they're genuine people?
Yeah, like
cool.
them personally for sure.
Cool.
Like yeah, love them.
Because I know there's a lot of people in the space, and obviously it's like you don't know who to really
So true.
trust, and that's why I'm really careful.
Me too.
Because
Too.
I learned the hard way, and I'm like, look, I do right by people. I want to be able to sleep at night.
Yep.
But anytime I put someone on the platform or something like that, it's always, good culture and like, look,
Yes.
I want to do business with good people.
Me too. Me too.
So
And
I appreciate you.
No, I appreciate you as well. And I'm like you said, I'm very particular about who I associate with and things of that nature because it's so I've gotten burned too, and it's it's like people who will make you regret it.
You take a picture with someone,
yes,
and then that automatically puts you in that. I've seen it many times.
Yeah, I've experienced that very early on, so I'm very hesitant to like do things with people because of that. But like even like with EYL specifically, I love that they allow me to have full agency on the topics and things that we want to talk about because like I don't ever just want to do an interview and just
script,
not
right? Like
give read a script, but also just like I'm not giving any value on an hour-long video. What's the point, So I love that they allow me to like actually teach to their platform, and their audience is comprised of a lot of people who look like me, who grew up, who did not have proper education about credit, and so anytime I can speak to those people, I'm always willing to. Like, it's just like that's because I believe that that's why I'm in the industry. And so that's like where my passion lies, like just educating people who otherwise would not be, breaking down complex topics and breaking it down to the simplest form. So that's,
Nice. Two more questions, I think.
Okay.
One is, like I said, I've learned from Shonda. I'm gonna tell you a specific reason, and and it's gonna be like, wow. And I'm not to say that I want to misinform you guys. I'm really adamant on adding your kids to your credit card.
Yeah.
Now, but you checked me on one of your videos, and you literally said you don't have to add them when they're born. Yeah. You don't have to add them, when they're 13, because certain credit cards you can add them.
Yeah.
Me, I say add them because you're accountable.
Yeah.
Like, hey, if I got my son on my card, man, I'm not gonna run it up and mess it up, right? So it kind of keeps you accountable. But Shonda specifically said, as long as you add them 6 months before they're 18, right? When they're 18, they'll still be able to collect the history.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think that was really important because I was always just like, I add the kids to your credit card. It'll add the history.
Yeah.
Right? But Shonda made it clear, like, hey, you don't have to add them when they're really young. But I'm just saying, if it holds you accountable, go ahead and do it. But
I never thought about that though. That is a good point because I think what I get scared about is the parents that some parents will be responsible enough to be held accountable. I think I get scared about the parents who are not. And then what happens when you ruin your child's credit before they turn 18? That I'm just like, you don't really have to wait. But I do like the idea of being held accountable and making sure that you understand that you are affecting your child's credit as well. Like, when you don't pay the credit card bill. But I get that too.
Thank you for that. And that's one of the reasons why my daughter's book, Melody's First Credit Card.
Yes, I love this, by the way. Like
about.
this is awesome.
And I know your book's gonna come out soon because I'm gonna plug you with my guy. But so that's literally our story.
This is so smart because one of my goals, like dream goals, is to get in a school, like some
have your book in a school, or
not even a book. Like I want to somehow, some way. I don't know how it's going to look, but I just have a high school at least. Like allow me to educate these students before they go off to college and mess up their credit like I did, like so many people do. Because once you turn 18, the credit card companies are hounding you down. Like they're sending you pre-approvals, and it's very exciting when you're a broke college student, And the problem is education does not come with that. They tell you things like, hey, just report a 30%. Majority of college students think that that's the goal. Like that's not the goal at all. Like you shouldn't aim to report a 30% on your, like your credit card. That's if you just maybe have to, but like that shouldn't be the goal. And a lot of them do think it is, and that affects how their credit either stalls or grows. And so I just really, like I need to get
I'm just thinking like how many lives you can change if you ever did a kid's book.
No, I want to do a kid's book.
With Shonda Spin, you know what I mean?
Yeah, especially because these are the conversations that I'm having a lot lately, actually with my 13-year-old. My 8-year-old, she kind of, it goes in one ear and out the other with her, like she's over it. But my 13-year-old, he actually has been asking me questions about credit, and I've been like designing a course. I kind of designed him like a mini course, and
nice.
when he learned from it, I was like, maybe I should like give these to other parents,
Gotcha.
Because I didn't think that he would sit there and learn from it. Because I mean, at the end of the day, yes, I teach like thousands of people, but like I'm his mom, And so the fact that he was able to like come back and tell me things, and I assign my kids a credit score now, just so they can kind of get that training.
Get the idea?
Yeah,
Nice.
like with their allowance and stuff. And he's been really like taken to it and learning, and like I'm like, oh, I should release this to parents.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Because I know it's all about changing lives. I think
is.
that's the real. And then if that one person gave you that aha moment where like, man, I really got to take care of my credit.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're trying to. Obviously, that's the message we're come across.
It is.
Right? Having multiple products, but at the same time, teach other people not to just be consumers, but be producers.
Yes.
Because when you make something, you're a producer.
Yeah, I believe we were like created to be producers, not only consumers. Even, have you ever noticed that when you're consuming too much and you're not producing, in my brain, there's like it's like I have so much brain fog because it's like I'm just overloaded on consumption, like the things that I'm watching, reading. But I find that when I start to like create things out of that, I don't know. I can't even explain it truly because I've never really, voiced it out loud. But yeah, like I believe we're made to be producers. Like we need to be, doing something with the knowledge that we collect,
All day.
Or what's the point?
And just want to say, what's the next journey for Miss Shonda Martin? Like, how the next 5 years think are looking like?
I can only pray that the next 5 years is. So I'm very in love with my community now, my membership group. But also, like I just said, I want to somehow get into schools or get some sort of formal education formatting, specifically to like young adults. And honestly, a book. I've written pretty much 90% of my book. I just don't know the process of like, getting it out there.
Oh, I got you.
But I've just been writing it.
That's good.
And that's my goal, to release a book. And
have you done a mini tour, or like let's say pop
so
up?
I have done spot cities,
Good,
but my
good.
audience has been asking me for a tour though. So I'm like, what? I'm still trying to figure that out. But yeah.
Nice. Well, thank you very much for
My
giving
pleasure.
us your time
My
and
pleasure.
your expertise, guys. Real quick, where can they follow you? I know you're everywhere, but where do you want them to follow you?
Actually, you can search me, Shonda Martin, on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. What I'm missing? Yeah, that's pretty much all of them. All of the
Shonda
social.
Martin?
So Shonda Martin. Yep, you'll find me.
And then one more thing, real quick. Your software. What is
Credit
that called?
Academy. Credit Academy.
So creditacademy.com.
Yes.
So guys, if you want to fix your credit,
Credit Academy.
Credit Academy it is.
We got you.
And she got you. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate you.
Bye.